Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to our channel, Chill on YouTube. Today, we're going to share with you some of the most valuable, expensive cars found abandoned in barns. The world's most exclusive, valuable, and expensive cars are traded for more money than most of us pay for our homes. But it's weird to abandon these vehicles at bizarre places. We don't know exactly why all these luxury cars were left behind, but it's depressing to see these expensive rides being treated so poorly. There could be many reasons for it. Someone might abandon a luxury car due to a fake payment, or the owners of these cars passed away and left them behind unattended. So, after a long time, a car is found covered in dust standing there along with its flat tires, and after some cleaning, you find out there's something rare and unique. So today, let's find out the stories behind some of the most astonishing abandoned vehicles we've ever seen. I'm sure you guys will be shocked to see the third car on our list. Number 10. Jaguar Xj 220. This car was taken out for maybe a few joyrides before it was left behind in the desert. When it was found, it had only been driven 900 kilometers in its entirety. That's just a shame, and we can't imagine how someone thought it was okay to buy such a wonderful car and then leave it after such a short amount of time, and in the desert no less. The car wasn't even old when it was abandoned. It still had that fresh power from its glory days. If the car's designer could have seen it abandoned, dirty, wrecked, and in this sad state, maybe he could have opened a case against the owner of the car. A nice piece of work such as this car should be taken in and treated with respect. However, the opposite of what's expected befell this Jaguar. Although the owner might have thought of it as worthless, it would have been nice to keep it elsewhere. Nonetheless, it was found and restored, so it's back to business once again. Comment below if you know how much this baby is worth. Number 9. The PACKARD 29. A broker from Wall Street bought a brand new PACKARD from its summer house near a lake, and he rode it all his life. But in the 60s, after his death, no one in his family needed a car, so it was forgotten in the garage. Only in May 2013, a collector found the car by mere chance. He convinced the family of the deceased broker that he was the right person to give the car a second life. After detailed examination, it was found that the PACKARD was in a really good state. It looked almost as if the car hadn't been in the garage for the past 50 years. In the end, the collector decided not to repair the PACKARD and reserved the car in its current state. It was found that original cars sometimes are worth more than repaired cars. The reason is quite simple. Repaired cars are many, but originals are few and far between. My man, keeping it OG. Number 8. Rolls-Royce Phantom. We don't know how this car ended up in such a rough spot next to a dilapidated looking train yard, but it's clear that the previous owner isn't coming back for this one. Surprisingly, no one else seems to want to claim it or move it, and it's just been sitting next to these tracks for far too long. Hopefully someone will take pity on it and give it a home, because this is no way for a car like this to end. Discarded as if it's one of these used tires it's sitting alongside, this is the one and only Rolls-Royce Centurion. It was commissioned and once owned by a Las Vegas celebrity before it was sold and exported to Russia. Tasteful it is not, but no matter how vulgar, no Rolls-Royce deserves the indignity of being abandoned. Apparently crashed or struck fast, bumperless, beside a suburban rail line, among used tires and other such debris. Yikes. A new unmodified Phantom will set you back £276,000. Number 7. The 1959 Austin 7. A 1959 Austin 7 is the hero of another interesting story. An automobile that was rusting in an old garage in England was found in 2011. When the editor of a car website bought this vehicle for £11,000, everyone thought he'd gone mad. But it turned out that the crazy editor wasn't crazy at all. He ended up laughing in everyone's face. The small car turned out to be one of the first Austin Minis in the world, and at that moment in 2012, there were only 38 left. Just the flat tires were sold at an auction for $68,500. These probably are the most expensive tires in the world. Number 6. Ferrari F50. Buying a Ferrari is the ultimate dream for many people. So how did this one come to be rotting away under the hot sun in the grasslands of Ibadan, Nigeria? This isn't any old Ferrari. It's one of the limited editions F50 range 349. F50s, which are recognized as the last road car with an F1 engine, were built to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Ferrari in 1995. They almost never appear on the open market. and they're so valuable to collectors that when one does become available, the price can go as high as $2 million. This poor abandoned F50 looks like it suffered in its sun, but it's still intact. Hopefully, somebody can restore it to its former beauty. Hey, somebody! It's a limited edition Ferrari. Number 5. Racing Bentley 1929. When urban explorers investigated an old abandoned country house in Surrey, England, they found a real shock waiting for them in the barn. Gathering dust, a vintage 1929 racing Bentley, the same make and model that used to result in regular wins for Great Britain in the 24-hour Le Mans race, had been hiding there ever since 1985. It was originally bought by the grandfather of the property's last owner in the 1930s. Only around 1,800 of these cars were ever built between 1927 and 1930, and most of them have long since rusted away to nothing. The car was sent to auction where the expert who surveyed it said that finding a Bentley of its kind in such a good condition was equivalent to finding a new painting by Rembrandt. The estimated value of this car is more than $400,000. Number 4. Bugatti. Bugatti has been making luxury cars ever since the company opened its doors, and the Bugatti Type 22 Brescia Roadster is an excellent early example of their work. This one may no longer look its best, but there's a fascinating story behind it. Spent 73 years at the bottom of a lake in Switzerland when its former owner decided to leave not a scrap of evidence of the car so he wouldn't pay any luxury car tax. The vehicle was a custom order built in 1925 with a 1.5-liter engine and a top speed of over 100 miles per hour, which was astounding for its time. Not only that, but French Grand Prix legend René Dreyfus used to own it, but he lost it in a drunken game of poker to Swiss socialite Otto Bayer-Kodai. By 1935, it was underwater. Divers brought it back to the surface in 2009, and it was sold to a California collector the following year to be exhibited in a museum, even in its badly damaged state. It cost the new owner $370,000. Number 3. Lamborghini. The Lamborghini Diablo is a high-performance sports car. The new flagship sports car first production rolled off the lines in 1990 and ran until 2001. Only 2,884 were built in total. The Lamborghini Diablo's leading role in this story was rotting away in a field surrounded by goats. The rest of them surely enjoyed better fates than this forgotten specimen, which aside from being abandoned, had also been coated in blue paint for reasons unknown. Who would drive such a spectacular car into a field and leave it there for the goats to admire? We may never know the answer, but we hope someone will come forward and take care of it. This is simply heartbreaking. Number 2. 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. This devil of a car was a limited edition version of the Dodge Charger produced in the summer of 1969 for the sole purpose of winning high-profile NASCAR races. It could reach an incredible speed of 205 miles an hour. Dodge manufactured only 560 of these, and only 385 are left. A 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona was found on a farm in Glenwood, Alabama, after it had been rusting in a barn for several years. The untold story goes like this. A local judge bought this car for his wife, but in 1974, the car was resold and the second owner, for unknown reasons, put it in a barn and totally forgot about it. The found car had all its original details, and thanks to its exclusivity, it was estimated at around $200,000. Truth be told, it was sold on auction for only $90,000, so someone had a lucky break. I'm never lucky. Anyway, here's number 1, Mercedes-Benz SLR. The Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren is a supercar of excellent pedigree. It's a product of a time when Mercedes owned a stake in the British McLaren Group, and the two glamorous companies worked together to make incredible cars like this one, with a 5.5-liter V8 engine. Sadly, this dusty and weathered model may never move again. It's in a police lockup in Czech Republic where it's been impounded since 2011 after its owner was implicated in a legal investigation. This vehicle can't be sold or moved away until the legal matter is dealt with, and so far it's been going on for years. Surely there's somewhere better to store it than in the open where it started to rust. And now, it's time for a bonus lap, the Honda NSX. A pair of mushroom pickers out in the forest near Petersburg got more than they bargained for when they stumbled across the Honda NSX, standing among the trees. It was immediately obvious that the car had been there for a long time. Moss had been growing in and around it. Even though the condition of the vehicle wasn't that bad, it did have one significant issue. The engine was missing. Who drives a supercar into the forest, takes the engine out, and walks away? Sorry, I almost lost it. The Honda NSX was a pioneering vehicle when it first launched in 1990. It was the world's first car to have its bodywork, chassis, and suspension all made from aluminum. The popular model stayed on production line all the way through 2005. Checks on this vehicle revealed that it was built in Germany and then shipped to Russia, but no current owner could be located because the customs crew took possession of it. They're going to install a new engine and get this baby back on the road. I love responsible people. Alright folks, that's the end of our video. Hope you really enjoyed it and thanks for watching. But before you go, share the video and make sure you subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, hit that bell icon to check out more interesting videos made just for you.